Hello there, everybody. How are you today? Hope you're all okay. Hope you're all having fun at home. Did you have a nice weekend? Did you do anything interesting? Yeah, hopefully we'll be allowed outside again soon, at least for a bit of exercise. So, um, I guess that's a positive. Anyway, it's time to continue with our English class. All right. So today we are going to be doing. Today we're going to be doing page 50 in the student's book, okay, which is this page here, page 50 in the student's book. And it's going to be a reading exercise. All right, so nice and simple. So what we'll do first is, it's about regrets. All right, now regrets, if you don't remember, are when you've done something in the past and like you feel bad about it now. Yeah, regrets. I think in Spanish you say arrepentir, but I'm not sure. Anyway, so it's about regrets. So what we'll do first is we'll go to the notebook, all right, and we'll just make a few notes, some structures. So we'll put the title here, regrets, okay, and then the date today is Monday, the 27th of April. All right, so you can all copy this in your notebook. All right. Now, I've just put a little explanation here. Regrets are when we feel bad because of something we did in the past, right? Just a simple explanation about regrets. And we can express them like this, okay? So there's two main forms to express regrets, okay? And you can use either one. It's fine. I'll just put them here. Okay. So the first one, this is the most common way to say it, okay? You just say regret, whatever the subject is, regret, and then you use the verb in the gerund. And if it's a negative, then you just say not, right, in front of the gerund. So I've given you a couple of examples, all right? I regret not learning an instrument when I was younger. All right. I regret not learning an instrument when I was younger. It's just an example because I did learn an instrument. Okay, but that's an example of a regret. Or another one, common one. I regret going out last night. I feel terrible now. This happens to most people. Okay, so just using regret and the gerund, or regret and not and the gerund. Okay. What you can do as well is you can maybe make your own example. Okay, so you can make your own example. And then the other way we can do it, and it's exactly the same. You can choose which way, because it's all about something that happened in the past anyway. So the other way you can say it is using a present perfect kind of form. So you say regret, and then having, and then the verb in the past participle. Or again, if it's negative, you use not. All right. So an example would be like this. All right. I regret not having played sports in school. Okay. Another one. I regret having voted for Trump. I didn't vote for Trump. It's just an example. Hopefully, a lot of people who did vote for Trump are regretting it now, and they see the error of their ways. Anyway, those are some examples. Okay, so again, you can make your own example underneath. All right, so just a couple of different structures on how to express regrets. Okay, so once you've copied this in your notebook, we can continue with the student's book. All right, so back to our page. And okay, so we've got a reading exercise to do. We're just going to read up to here, up to line 16. All right, it's just a short reading. Let's look at the title. It says regrets. We've had a few. Right, everybody's had some regrets. Love lives, health, childhoods. And it says a recent survey. A survey is like an encuesta. Has shown that we spend almost 3/4 of an hour every week dwelling on our regrets. Dwelling is like thinking about something in a negative sense. Yeah. So it's thinking about things you've done in the past and you're like, oh, why did I do this? Okay. So, and before we continue, let's see what we have to do. So We're going to read an article about some research that has been done about what people regret in life. Before you read, with a partner, say whether you think the following sentences are true or not. Okay, well, we're not going to do that. We're just going to go straight to the reading. Okay, and so these sentences, they're either true or false. All right, so you just have to put true or false. And like always with all readings, what we'll do is we'll highlight the answer in the text. All right, so we just keep organized and make sure we understand everything correctly. All right, so let's have a look at the question. Let's have a look at the sentences first. All right, check that we understand. Number one, most people spend some time every day thinking about the things they regret having done or not having done. Okay, so most people spend time thinking about things they regret. Okay. Number two, the main area of life where people have regrets is relationships. Okay. So problems with boyfriends, girlfriends, marriage. Number three, on average, people have one major regret in life. One major regret on average. And then number four, most people think that the things they regret having done or not done are other people's fault, right? So most people think that it's not their fault, it's someone else's fault for the things that have gone bad. And then number five, most people believe that regrets are positive because you learn from your mistakes. Okay, so let's read through, all right, and then we'll highlight the answers in the text and we'll say if each phrase is true or false. Okay, so pause the video, all right, take a bit of time and just read through the article up to this point, all right? You don't need to read this part underneath, some of the 20 regrets, right? Don't worry about that. Just read these 3 paragraphs, okay? Pause the video, read the 3 paragraphs, and then mark each sentence if it's true or false and highlight where it says in the text, okay? So you can pause the video while you do this. Okay, have you finished? Fantastic. All right, so let's have a look. Let's have a look at our answers. So it was an interesting read. Okay, remember if there's anything you didn't understand, make a note and look it up in the dictionary, all right, or online, or you can ask me when we have class. Okay, let's go through the answers, okay? So, number one, most people spend some time every day thinking about the things they regret or having done or having not done. All right. I'll put this on the right. So that is true. Let's find it in the text. Most people spend some time every day thinking about things they regret. Okay, so in the text, it's true because in the text it says, I'll get my highlighter. Okay. It says, on average, we spend 44 minutes a week thinking about things we could or should have done differently. Okay, so we spend 44 minutes a week thinking about things we could or should have done differently, right? Regrets. So, right, when it says most people spend some time every day thinking about things they regret having done or not having done, that is true. Okay. So hopefully you got that. Make sure you have it correct in your book, okay? Let's look at number 2. The main area of life where people have regrets is relationships. So again, that is true. Of course, everybody has regrets with relationships. Ex-girlfriends, ex-boyfriends. Okay. Where does it say this in the text? All right, I'll get my highlighter. It says, our main areas of regret are, it says our love lives, 20%, right? So that's the highest. Our love lives. Love life is relationships, okay? So that's why that's true. All right. Number 3, okay, it says on average, people have one major regret in life. All right, and that is false. On average, people have one major regret in life. Let's find it in the text. Okay, so hopefully you got it. It says here, on average, most people have 2 main regrets in life. It actually says the exact words. Okay, so not 1 main regret, but 2 main regrets. Okay, so that's false. Okay, good. Number 4, most people think that the things they regret having done or not done are other people's fault. So most people think it's somebody else's fault. Okay, and that is false again. Let's have a look why. So if I look in the text, it says 17% of those interviewed laid the blame at someone else's door, right? So laid the blame at someone else's door. If we look down here, laid the blame, say that someone else is responsible for something. So that's basically blaming somebody else, right? Lay the blame at somebody else's door. It says 17%, right? So that's not most people, right? That's the minority, right? It's a small percentage, right? So when it says in the question, most people think the things they regret having done are other people's fault, it's false, because it's not most people. It's only 17%. Okay. Number 5, most people believe that regrets are positive because you learn from your mistakes. That is true. And let's see where it says this in the text. Okay. So I'm going to highlight it. So here it says 2/3 of people interviewed said they thought their regrets had led them to act more positively and that they had learned from their mistakes. Okay. 2/3 of 2,000 people interviewed said they thought their regrets had led them to act more positively and that they had learned from their mistakes. Now, 2/3, all right, 2/3, that's like 66%, right? 2/3, right? There are 3/3 in a whole. So 2/3. So that is most people. That is most people. Yeah. So when it says most people believe that regrets are positive, right? That's true because it is most people, right? 2/3, 66%. All right. So make sure you have all of this correct with the answers highlighted in the text. All right. And make sure you understand everything. Okay. Good. All right. So a little thing now. So in the text, they had a lot of sort of statistics and things. So we're going to look at some ways in the article, look at sort of ways of expressing sort of quantities without saying a percentage every time. All right. So we say things like a half, a quarter, a third. All right. So we'll just find examples of this in the text. Okay. So let's have a look here. So we're on exercise C. Okay. So in the article, there's another way to say 75%. 75%. Okay. Can you find it in the article? Another way to say 75%. I'm going to get my highlighter and I'm going to put it in a different color. Put it in yellow. It should be this, 3/4. Yeah? 3/4. All right. If I look in there, I get the answers up here. Right? 3/4. Yeah? 75%. There's 4/4 in one. Right? 3/4. Now, number 2, I told you before, 66.6%. Okay? That should be, okay, if we're another way to say that would be 2/3. All right, I'll get the answer here, which it says here 2/3. 2/3. Yeah, so we'll write it like this. Okay, 2/3. All right, like 2/3. That's the same as 66%. All right. And the last one, which is 25%, right? So 75% is 3/4, 25%, of course, is a quarter or 1/4. All right, a quarter. Does it say this in the text somewhere? Yep, it does. Okay, a quarter. All right. So, yeah, 75%, 3/4, 66.6%, 2/3, and 25%, a quarter. Okay. What I'll do, just in case you were confused, I'll just write them in numerical form here. 3/4, just in case you're not sure what I was talking about. 2/3, and 1/4. Right. That's what these words mean, just in case you were wondering. Okay. So make sure you have this correct in your book, okay, with the correct terms highlighted here. All right. Now, the next activity is it's a little bit of fun here. So underneath this text, we have some of the top 20 regrets in general, okay, and they're not in any order, right? So the top 20 regrets of people in general, all right, and they're not in any order. Let's have a look. Let's see what this is. Getting married too early. Some people get married when they're like 17, 18. It's far too early. So that's one regret. Not asking grandparents more about their lives when they were alive. Hopefully your grandparents are still alive. Unfortunately, mine are not. So, yeah, but that's a general regret of people. A lot of people regret this when their grandparents pass away. So, remember, ask your grandparents about their lives. Okay. Next one. Not having done more exercise or eaten more healthily. Okay. I'm sure a lot of people don't exercise enough and don't eat healthy enough, and then they feel bad about it afterwards. Not having saved enough money. Yeah, so most people, a lot of people, when they get money, they spend it all. But smart people save their money, right? And they keep it, and they don't spend it all, and they have some left. So, but a lot of people don't do this, and then later, when they need money, they regret it, right? So, next one: not learning a foreign language or a musical instrument when you were younger. You're all learning a foreign language. Okay, so you can't regret that. So yeah, but a lot of people, when they get older, right, they wish that they could speak another language, or they wish that they could play an instrument. And if you spend time doing this when you're young, then, you know, by the time you're an adult, you're pretty good at it. Anyway, let's continue. Not working harder at school. You may think this is silly, but when you finish school, you'll realize how important it is. Okay, so you do have to work hard at school. A lot of people regret it afterwards, myself included. Not having traveled more and seen more of the world. Unfortunately, a lot of people don't get the opportunity to do this. But yeah, a lot of people regret not seeing more of the world. Making the wrong career choice. Next one, making the wrong career choice. So that would mean, if you're not sure what that means choosing the wrong job. Okay, so maybe when you're young, you take a job because you think, okay, yeah, it's a good job, I'm going to make a lot of money. And then 10 years later, you think, I hate this job, I should have done something different. Okay, but it's been 10 years, so what can you do? Next one, not keeping in touch with friends. Okay, so that's just sort of losing contact with friends as you get older. Unfortunately, it happens to everybody. And a lot of people regret it, again, myself included. Having taken up smoking. Pretty much all people who start smoking regret it later, because it's really hard to stop, and it's terrible for you, and it does nothing for you. And then last one, falling out with a friend and not making up. So that's when you have an argument with a friend, and you stop being friends, and then instead of apologizing and sort of making everything okay, you leave it, and that's the end of the friendship. Unfortunately, that happens with a lot of people. but then they regret it afterwards. So top 20 regrets. Now what I want you to do is I want you to put them in what you think is the correct order. So what is the number one regret? Right, number one. Yeah, whatever you think. And then order them down from 1 to how many are there? 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11. Yeah, number them from 1 to 11. Number 1 being the biggest regret of people in general. Okay, so you can pause the video while you do this. Yeah, so just have a read through. Think which one is the other things people regret the most. Okay, what's the number 1 regret? Okay, and then put them in order. All right, have you all finished? Let's have a look at our answers. So, we have to listen. We have to listen and see. Okay, I have no idea. I didn't do this, so let's have a look. All right.
3.17. The top 5 regrets were, in reverse order, number 5, having taken up smoking. Number 4, not having saved enough money. Number 3, not having done more exercise or eaten more healthily. Number 2, not keeping in touch with friends. And the number 1 regret was not having travelled more and seen more of the world.
All right, so it's only told us the top 5. So number 5 was taking up smoking. Why can't I write here? Let me go back.
3.7.
What was number 4? Number 4, not having saved enough money. So that was number 4. Number 3, not having done more exercise. Number 2 was not keeping in touch with friends. And number 1 was not having traveled more. Okay, so those are the top 5. But I'd be interested to see the other ones that what order you've put the others in. Okay, but those are the top 5. I'd also be interested to see what you thought were the top 5. Okay. Anyway, let's see. I think that'll be okay for today. All right, so yeah, hopefully that's all done. What we can do actually is also, so to get a bit more practice with the reading, we can go to the workbook. Okay, it's not the workbook, it's the workbook. Okay, and we've got another reading exercise to do. All right, and this one's a little bit more complicated. So what we'll do here is we shall, so I'll leave you to do this exercise in the workbook. It's page 34, okay? And it's a reading text about regrets, okay? So you should be familiar with the language, all right? Now, this one's a little bit more complicated. We've got a few more things to do, all right? So first you have some missing sentences, okay? So you see these spaces here. Normally at the beginning of paragraphs, okay? So first what we have to do is put the missing sentences in the correct place, okay? So read through the sentences, check you understand everything, and then read through the text and try and put them in the correct place, okay? Now remember, a lot of these sentences will be the first sentence of a paragraph, okay? So if you read the rest of the paragraph, right, that should follow on from that sentence, all right? So so it should have a similar context, all right? But anyway, take your time, read through the text, and put the sentences in the correct place. Okay. You can pause the video as well. Have you finished? Okay, I'll just give you the answers. All right, so, oh dear, what have I done? Don't look. Okay, So I'll just give you the answers for number 1. Okay, so yeah, I'll just click these here. Okay, so 1 is A, 2 is E, 3 C, 4B, 5 F. Okay, how many did you get correct? All right, if you made any mistakes, make sure you correct them and read and understand why it's correct. All right, so now when you've done that, you can read the text again. All right, and now, like we had before, some true or false sentences. Okay, so read through the text and we have some true or false sentences. So you can pause the video again, read through each sentence. Okay, check that you understand, and then go through the text again. And like before, you should always highlight the answers in the text. Okay, so when you find the answer, highlight it in the text. All right, and that way you stay organized. Okay, and then say with each phrase is true or false. All right, pause the video while you do this, and then I will give you the answers. Okay, so I'll just give you the answers straight away. All right, so here we go. There's the answers. All right, have a look. How many did you get correct? Did you get most of them correct? If you got 6 out of 8, then doing good. Okay, hopefully you all got at least 6 or at least 5. Okay, good. Make sure, so with each phrase, again, make sure you have it correct, and you should have have it highlighted in the text where the answer is. All right, and then finally the highlighted terms in the text. Okay, I think most of them you'll probably know, but here they are with their definitions. Okay, so I'll just give that to you because it's new vocab. So these are all the words in the text matched up with their definitions. All right, so happening many times, repeatedly, and so on. Okay, good. Okay, so hopefully you've got your, hopefully that was okay for you. Reading is always good practice. The more you practice, the easier it gets, the better you become. All right. Anyway, we'll continue with our class tomorrow. Okay. Very good, everybody. We'll stop there. And yeah, hopefully, I hope everything was okay. Hope you understood it all. And I will see you guys for our class on Tuesday. All right. Bye-bye, guys.